1 second. Alright, so I'm working out and I pass by this street. Let me find it. There it goes. And of course, praying. I'm having some good time. I'm exercising. And I'm just thinking about the Ephesians 2:18. Hopefully you can hear me. I hope you can. Ephesians 2:18 talks about we have access to the Father by one Spirit. And then I passed by that Shiloh. Shiloh talks about like a scepter, Jacob in Genesis, place of encounter, you know. So just got me to start thinking about that access to the Father by one Spirit. So having access to the Father denotes by His Spirit, if you are in Him, it denotes that you have a place. It says that it's for a purpose. If you have access to the Creator of the universe by His Spirit, then there's more for you. And as I said, I know that in Nigeria, I went to a Nigerian church for a little while. Played the guitar there. It's pretty awesome. And the worship was always fire, and their pursuit of God was always fire. So they would have certain times of the year that they would keep Shiloh. So it just sparked it into me. It was like an encounter that happened in the Bible. You can look it up, Shiloh, where it happened, place of Shiloh. But it also says like a passing of a scepter, or, you know. I just wanted to come on and say, you know, the Shiloh, place of encounter, place of going higher, authority being given to you, to that access by the Father, that position, that purpose is here. It's been here, whether we knew it or not. It's been here for the opportunity to step into it. Right now, you can step into it. Just know that there's a place for you. Even like with he said we're encompassed with a cloud of witnesses. It's so great a cloud of witnesses. That's why He's had me on that relocate. I did a teaching on that a few years ago about where you located in the kingdom. I'll find it. Try to find it. It's on my YouTube somewhere. But where you located in the kingdom, it's necessary to know where you're located in order to rule and reign as an ecclesia. You have access to the Father by one Spirit, according to Ephesians 2:18. There's a purpose for that. It notes that you have a position there. You have an authority there. So knowing where you're located is so important, and how to walk in what He's called you, how to be who He's called you to be. It's important. Your location, mentally relocated in Him, because it's always the mind that destroys everything if it's not connected to the mind of Christ. As we say, the earthly mind. So your mind shouldn't have all power and authority over you either. You should be led by the Spirit, as it says. And I'm speaking the mind, I'm speaking the natural mind. It shouldn't be something that leads or guides you. It should be the mind of Christ and the Spirit of God that leads you, guides you. into all truth, as he said. So, yeah, just a thought. If we have access to the Father by one Spirit, why? It's for purpose. It's for ruling, for reigning, establishing the kingdom. His kingdom come, His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. As the ecclesia, as well as, from the whole family, on earth, in heaven and on earth. We have family in heaven, What does that mean? It's something you should dig into. You have family in heaven. It's not like a family on earth that you don't want to hang out with. Like, these are people that have arrived. They're in heaven. They have ran their race. They have completed the task that was set before them. They're in the presence of God, the family of heaven, the cloud of witnesses. Are we properly? They're witnessing. What are they witnessing? You know what I mean? If they're in heaven, I'm not talking about the fallen state of heaven where we wrestle against flesh and blood. I'm talking about with Christ. I'm talking about with the Father, in His presence. I'm talking about in His presence. I'm talking about right there with Him. The force of our God. What are they witnessing? And are we listening to what they're saying? They're witnessing. I mean, look up the word witness. What does it mean? I don't have where I can just read out the detailed definition of what witness is, but I do know that witness, in a simpler sense, means to testify, to speak of something, a testimony of something. What are the cloud of witnessing? Witnessing. What are they witnessing? Have we engaged that? Have we asked them? What is the witness? We have a family, a true family. We have a family in heaven, a true family is there for you. Are you engaging that family of heaven? Because we have a family here and in heaven, in heaven and earth. The family of God, We're one in the Spirit, one in the Lord. Some things that you should really delve into, dig into, and see how do you get there? How do you go higher? How do you go upward instead of downward? Is opening your mouth and saying, hey, what's going on? I would like to know. He said, call unto me and I'll show you great and mighty things that you knew not. Right? Are you calling unto Him? Are you really willing to be scared to death in order to see Him? Because John, in Revelation, he fell as dead. He fell as dead. When he encountered something grander, higher, greater than himself, knowing that it was beyond him, it was way beyond him. He fell as dead. I mean, that scared the living daylights out of him. He fell as dead. And you don't have to be afraid, because they will always point you back to Christ. They're not going to take it and say, oh, worship me, or hey, bow down to me. They're going to always point you and direct you back to Christ. So there's really no fear. As John said, perfect love casts out all fear. So there's nothing really to be afraid of, because if you die, the only death it'd be to yourself, your will, what you think is right, what you think is proper, what you think is the palatable gospel. You're going to die to that. You see that He's alive and well. that He is all powerful, all authority. Are you willing to die to that control of being, together? It is scary. It's a fearful thing to fall in the hand of a living God, But at the same time, through Christ, we can have peace. That's why He's the King of peace. Whenever the angels, whoever would come, they would say, peace be unto you, So you don't have to be afraid, because Jehovah Shalom will keep those in perfect peace as mind and state on. So as you're seeking, as you're looking, as you're asking, how do I go higher? You don't have to be afraid that you're going to go into some spiritual thing and just be not able to have any kind of protection, or because you're going to the Father, the creator of everything, the one who loves you. You don't have to be afraid. You can abandon that fear and accept His love, His embrace. Become effectually acquainted with the thoughts of heaven. So yeah, place of encounter, Shiloh. Look it up. It's in Genesis. I can't remember right now, but it's in Genesis. Check it out. Spiral upward instead of downward to destruction. Going to upward spiral, from glory to glory. Eagles are seen as prophetic, but there are higher realms. There are higher realms to go in. Because if you think of an eagle, yes, prophetic things of that we need. He wants us all to prophesy. Paul was saying, "We should all prophesy." Even Moses said it too. So, the prophetic is awesome, and it's a doorway, to go into the higher things of God, because there comes a time where, it's not our effort anymore, it's His Spirit. And that's where He wants us to be, lost in His Spirit, lost in His presence. One in the Spirit, one in the Lord, That song we used to sing when I was little. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in spirit, we are one. And it says, I pray that our unity would one day be restored. For they will know we are Christians by our love. By our love, they will know that we are Christians by our love. So, that perfect love that casts out fear only comes through knowing that you are accepted in the beloved, as well as you have access to the Father by one Spirit, according to Ephesians 2:18. That one in the Spirit, one in the Lord. So yeah, there's higher places you can go, where it's beyond ourselves, where the Spirit, like those are you don't know, the wind blowing, you can't tell where they're going because they're led by Him. And you can't understand the Creator of the universe. Those true sons of God. And you ain't gonna understand this video unless you're there. It's not supposed to be for everybody. It's supposed to be for those few that get it and go deeper. That's what it's supposed to be. The few that are willing to have the living daylight scared out of them to know Him and the trueness of who He is, because that's what it's going to do. Because of the sin nature, you become fearful, but then you allow Him to envelop you with, hey, I'm redeemed by His blood. Hey, He has a good plan for me to prosper me, not to harm me. And that comes through relationship. As I said, opening your mouth, letting Him fill it, and as well as, hey, help me. I want to know You. Two doggies wanted to speak to me. So, yeah, all that loudness, hopefully this phone filtrates it properly with the condenser mic in there. You can hear what I'm saying. But yeah, man, I think that's all it is that I need to share. I'm walking I think it's gonna be like 6 or 7 miles today. Just trying to stay fit. Of course, the walks are always awesome because I'm having sweet communion, just praying in the Spirit, delving into the Word. So my map, my run is talking to me. Sorry, I was for that pause. I don't even know if it came through here. But yeah, man, it's like yeah, just dig in, man. That's what I would say, dig in. Abandon, like, come out from among them. Come out of Babylon, Babylonian mindsets. The location in Christ, we're seated, or we truly seated, you know? Like, for real. Seated denotes that your work is done. Your work is done. You're depending on Him to show and direct you. You know? Our work is done. He's showing us the way. You know? The trials and tribulations that we go through now is not from our own work. It's because we're going through what He's called us to go through now. You know, seated denotes that you're looking down. We're seated in heavenly places. We're looking down on situations, not up. We're there with Him. Co-reigning. Consider that. Co-reigning with Christ. Know that. It's not an easy thing. We have to know that. We have to. It's the only way we're going to survive, man. We're reigning with Christ. Not by ourselves, not in our own work. We're seated with Him, and He's telling us how to move, live, and have our being in Him. Yeah. But yeah, man. Dig deep. Know who He is. Know who you are. Know who we are. We're one in the Spirit. We must be one in the Spirit and one in the Lord. Don't be discounting body parts. We're one in the Spirit, one in the Lord. All right. Peace.